Good afternoon, it's Kinninigan. What's up, glorious white people? Especially you white women. They're trying to make white women extinct. We have a little problem, so I'm putting a video together. They have officially gone, I hate to use the word, but we have to. Well, they finally, here, I'll play some, I got some videos pulled up so you can see what's going on here. Liberalism. They're picking on Atlantis now. And when I saw this clip last night, some liberal retard was trying to pick on Graham Hancock and tell him that Atlantis is a white supremacy construct. Oh, hell no. So I got a really cool idea, possibly for a stream I can do. If anyone is familiar with tier lists, they've become like real trendy in the past year. People do tier lists for video games or like theories or like Game of Thrones theories. They'll be like, here's the top theories, and they categorize all the theories into different tiers. Well, I'm going to do one, and we're going to call it Atlantean race theory. Atlantean race theory tier list. And I'm going to basically take all the possible, not all of them are hominid. I'm not saying creatures, entities is a good word, that could have possibly been alive on Maldek, and part of the Atlantis wasn't considered an empire. They were not ruled by a king. They were not ruled by a... These are constructs, and racism did not exist in Atlantis. An advanced civilization is not going to cause division amongst themselves because other species of their race have more melanin in their skin to naturally protect them from the sun. This is what I was talking about the other day with the metaphor of the Tower of Babel and what this is and what this racism should is. And now they're trying to make white girls extinct. Pokemon. Here's Melanie Mac Go Boom. She covers a lot of the woke. She's you could see the crucifix on her neck. She's an admitted Christian now. Here, let me just play you the beginning of this video. So Pokemon Go has officially changed all their avatars to be androgynous, and that's, no, let's be honest, to look like little boys.
Is getting roasted, and rightfully so, with their new androgynous blob update. The characters no longer, especially the female ones, look female. The male ones even get a little bit of an injection of soy.
Yeah, the males are feminized.
A nightmare for Pokemon Go fans.
Here, let me show you what they did. So this is what the avatars looked like before, and here's what the avatars look like now. And she's saying, and the reason I have this pulled up, well, I'm not, let's not lie, I like women, I don't give, yeah, they can call me all the names they want, I don't care. Once, you know, once you started picking on Atlantis, it's done now. This tier list is going to be awesome when I do it. I'll show you that clip in a second. So yeah, I don't know if you heard about what's going on with Warhammer 40K. Whatever. So yeah, white, you know, can't have white girls in anything anymore. They got to look like white boys. Whatever. But it gets worse. Okay, this is, you know, that's what's going on in video games. That's what we're rejecting right now, and going on with gaming. They're trying to infiltrate all this stuff, and people are calling out the diversity BS because it's not about diversity. It's about putting these swamp things and everything. What is their fascination with? Yeah. Here's the clip that got me wound up. Oh. Before I go on, please share, like, subscribe. Also, I don't know who it was, but somebody sent me some snack packages from Amazon. I went out to feed the cats last night. and I had boxes out front. They were for me, and I opened them, and it was like fruit cups, pudding, crackers, tuna fish, all kinds of goodies. So I don't know who sent it. I have an idea. I think I might have an idea of it, but whoever did, thank you. That was pretty awesome. I should be eating more pudding. I need to yeah, I need to plump up. Winter is coming, right? Yeah. Been reading Game of Thrones. um, so here's the clip here. Here's Graham Hancock. I don't know how this other asshat even got on Joe Rogan. You'll see them talking, and he's basically trying to accuse Graham Hancock. I don't agree with Graham Hancock's analysis of Atlantis, but he's free to do whatever he wants. This is the way. This is my belief. You don't have to answer to anyone but God, and if you don't want to, then you don't have to even do that. You have free will. You can do whatever you want, as long as you're not threatening harm or violence against other people, which the left seems to be doing right now, because I told you they're in temper tantrum mode now. Not just temper tantrum mode, but people are asking a lot of questions. All the stockholders losing money for ESG funds, and all the customers abandoning woke products now. People really wanting to know, what is this fascination with androgyny? I already told you what that was about. And now they're going to pick on Atlantis. Yeah. Now I got to step up and do something. So,
lunatic live on his show.
Archaeologist Flint Dibble says Hancock's claims reinforce white supremacist ideas, stripping indigenous people of their rich heritage, and instead giving credit to...
Now let me stop. Humans did not build the Great Pyramid of Giza. Period. It wasn't built by white people. It wasn't built by black people or people of color. Or, in fact, in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, Thoth was the engineer of the Great Pyramid, but he had help with the civilization of Kem, a race whom he called the hairy barbarians living in caves. So, this tier list, we have some interesting species that could have been around on the times of Maldek. Which ones were specifically the Atlanteans? What did they look like? This is going to be a really fun lecture, because we're going to have to get into a few things here, including one of the most important things when putting together, I guess you could say, alien races. You got to think, starting with blood, because this is the way I think. We have iron-based blood. I'll explain why we do when I do this tier list lecture. Iron, very magnetic. The occult is ruled by magnetics. We are in a black magic matrix. Do you wonder why we have iron-based blood? Reptilians, alpha draconian reptilians, have copper-based blood. Now, just as an example, if you consume large amounts of silver, let's say you had silver-based blood, what would the color of your, I don't even know if you would call it skin, what would your appearance be? Well, it would be blue, because that's what would happen to you. People that take large amounts of colloidal silver do get a blue tinge to their skin. And that's from high silver content. Then there's also theory that every metal in the universe can make up the composition of blood or the foundation of a species, a hard metal. Also, yes, making you magnetic. You are magnetic, and you're electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Yeah. So, I'll pin this clip as a top comment if you want to see this.
White people.
This ain't the original Joe Rogan clip, but yeah, this is Graham Hancock.
No, I said that this idea of Atlantis...
And here's the asshat over here, the wannabe ghetto Indiana Jones, who doesn't even have the decency to take your fucking hat off inside of a building and put your headphones on, right? I'm just saying, I go to events where before people meet, we all take our covers off. Most of us are ex-military. We do not wear hats indoors. And we say the Pledge of Allegiance. and then we have a chaplain give a prayer. Well, that would be taboo now. We do that in public. Actually, we sometimes we meet. Yeah, and people dig it. I mean, they walk by, they see us doing the Pledge of Allegiance, and people they get teary eyed. Like we all take our hats off and put our hands over our hearts, do the Pledge of Allegiance, and it's awesome. I did it in school when I was a kid in the 80s. But now we have this divisive nature now. Whatever. So ghetto Indiana Jones here, and he's trying to back off because Graham Hancock called him out on his shit, and Joe Rogan is even moderating this. He's like, because he said that Atlantis, the construct of it and the idea of it is white supremacy, taking away the building achievements of. But this is going to go further, because when I do this tier list thing, I'm also going to explain to you the reason why the biggest corporation in the world is actually called BlackRock, and why this is a mockery of the upcoming New World Order right in front of your face, because black granite is a reference to archaeological sites that are from the times of Atlantis that are scattered throughout our planet. Some of them in the Pacific Ocean, in islands in the middle of nowhere that have these black granite structures. And that's why they're using the name, quote unquote, Black Rock. Because this is going to be their new Atlantis, or Babylon. And this bullshit, the Atlanteans weren't even human. But we're going to do a tier list. So yeah, everything from, well, I'm going to put, here's the thing, I got to get pictures. So here's the tier list maker. It's a website. Make a template. Oh, by the way, my new keyboard is so awesome. I just feel like typing shit. It's a cool. I'll show you it. So Atlantean race theory. My hair's long, but I don't need a haircut. I want to do this on a live stream, either tonight or tomorrow night. So if you want to support the channel, you buy me some beer or something. We can make this really fun. Yeah, let me drink 2 beers and we'll do the Atlantean race theory video. Make your own template. Okay, here we go. Create single-use template. I want to see what this looks like. So, okay, all right, here we go. You might see people using this, doing these videos with the tier maker. This is what this is. S tier is the best. Then you have A, B, C, D. I think D means you think like a Democrat. Now, actually, I'm not even going to say that. That's more Tower of Babel bullshit, and I'm no better if I participate in it. But the idea is I got to get pictures for all the different races of Atlantis. For example, and then we can categorize them as to the tier level of the theory on would they have been Atlanteans, from white people to even these, the native Terran reptilians. These are the Ubaid lizard men. See, I got pictures of them. So I don't have to resize the pictures, which is awesome. That's going to save me a ton of time. But you get the idea. You make these pictures. And then you can use them for, I guess once you put them on the tier list, you can't take them back off. Delete row. Clear row images. Okay, there we go. We can make them different. I can make the tier list different colors. Cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, I'll do rainbow for my ESG points, right? I'll make the rainbow. I want to make the D level D for doo-doo brown. Hold on, where's brown? We'll have to find something. They got these like weird pastel-y colors or whatever. Pastel-y. Is that a word? I don't know. So yeah, now how many races are there that I'm going to be talking about? A lot. Some of them actually did exist on Maldek, but this is going to be Kinninigan's Atlantean race theory tier list, meaning this is what I think these the credibility, and we'll talk a little bit about Thoth himself, what he may have looked like and color skin he may have had. And actually, if you know your First Nations mythology, you already know about the different colored people. Yeah. So, and there's also some other interesting. You have the ant people from the Hopi Indians, Sabe, native Terran reptilians, Zeta Reticulans, alien greys, native Terran reptilians, Alpha Draconian reptilians. Yeah, who are the Atlanteans? So the idea is I'm going to get all these pictures together and we'll do a tier list. So on who more than likely would have. Now there's another interesting. We'll talk about that in a video. Supposedly, the thought there were 10 islands in Atlantis, and it's been talked about from me and a few colleagues. I'll show you some of that information when I do the video. There, a buddy of mine, back from my Disclosed TV days, Brian Olney, who wrote the Book of Man, he actually used some of my research by permission for his information about reptilians in that book. And he goes into a lot of the Orion Wars and Aberdeen. But in a nutshell, the Atlanteans who inhabited the 10 islands of Atlantis. Atlantis was not a concentric circle with three rings. Plato plagiarized Atlantis. The Greeks plagiarized a lot of shit. And the Greeks are responsible for half of what you know about dynastic Egypt. And they did not build the Great Pyramid. There is no hieroglyphics in it. But according to liberals, like this ghetto Indiana Jones here, I guess he believes that if you go into the Great Pyramid and lay in a sarcophagus under a full moon, you'll be able to transgender yourself, I guess. It wasn't built to open a Stargate. It was a tranny gate. Yeah, see if I'm kidding.
It's the way it goes back 200 years. It has been used for those reasons.
So are you saying your quote is incorrect?
I think that it's editing me out of context, Graham. I've never called you a white supremacist or a racist.
No, you said that you. Hang on, that's because you're very. If I may.
So you see where they're going at with that conversation. I'll pin this if you want to see the video. Yeah. So let me just say this in a nutshell here.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
So now Pokemon Go is a bunch of Transformers. I think it's called Pokemon Bonus Hole now, if you know what that is. Gotta find them all. I guess you go out in public and look for, yeah, this is Pokemon Go, where you go, like, find a Pokemon. All right, let me just stop. Anyway. So, yeah, Atlantean race theory tier list. I'm going to put this together. I got to get pictures. It's not going to be hard. I actually did a video on the races of Atlantis. We have the Darrow, the Ant people. There are different color entities, and there's reasons why they're different colors. And I told you why. It has to do more with the metals in their blood. Hence, are they more in tune to electromagnetic frequencies and magnetics? Because if they are, they could be more in tune what we would call magic. Thoth in the Emerald Tablets calls it magic science, but they seem to have used a magic system that was heavily based on crystals. And for some reason, the Alpha Draconians and the Illuminati do not like quartz crystal. It's worthless. It has no, not to say it's not worthless. I have lots of quartz. But you get the idea. We don't utilize it. And if anyone remembers the movie Superman, the original Superman, not that woke shit that came out. I don't watch modern. I'm talking about the original Superman. Oh, do you know what the original Superman was? It really was, besides the best superhero movie probably ever made. It was a love story between Clark Kent and the reporter chick, Lois. Is her name Lois? Oh my God. I think I'm getting. No, I don't have Alzheimer's yet. Short-term memory loss, maybe. But you get it was a love story between a white man and a white woman. You couldn't have that now, and he just happened to be a superhero. But yeah, the original Superman, and the reason why it was praised as one of the greatest superhero movies ever, and why everyone loved it, it's a love story. And you know, but how the times have changed, right? Yeah. So anyway, after listening to this asshattery of the Atlantean theory being a white supremacist construct to take away the accomplishments of indigenous people who built the oh yeah, and the one you're pushing the DEI for, BlackRock, is making a mockery of Atlantean monuments with the name BlackRock. So they can go shove it up their bonus holes, okay? Anyway, if you could support the channel, I do not get outside funding for DEI or ESG, obviously. And I do not run ads on my YouTube videos, even though every day I get an email from YouTube begging me to turn the ads on my videos, but I don't. I do have super thanks, though. So, yeah, that adds up. 20. We're up to $29. And that's just from super thanks, you know, how you could tip on the videos when and if I stream, I do have super chat, so that adds up. You know, eventually when you get $100, they pay it out, so gotta have my eggs in lots of baskets, and eggs are getting expensive. So again, thanks to whoever sent me the Munchie package from Amazon. I have an idea who it was. And my new keyboard is awesome. This thing is sleek and sexy, and I love typing on it. I'm finally getting a little used to it. And when I stream, I'll show you what this thing looks like. It's pretty. I like it. Yeah. So I got a lot of primarily, yeah, the entities that would have been around in Atlantis, and then we're gonna take all those races and put them in tiers as to, like the native Terrans. Yeah, they were on Waldeck, but as far as being the actual Atlanteans themselves, I'd put it down in probably B or C tier, simply for the fact they were on Waldeck and did coexist with the Atlanteans, but they were not the actual Atlanteans, and they are not the Alpha Draconian reptilians. So yeah, that's how the tier list is going to work. Then we have the ant people from the Hopi Indian. They would go a little higher in the tier list. And they are also, in my theory, one of the 12 tribes of Israel that have fled to the underground. We're also going to have some other species on this list, including the Cynocephali, Anubis. Yeah, so let's see, it's Friday, right? TGIF. I don't want to make any promises, but I don't get all the information I need to do this tonight. There's always tomorrow night. This tier list is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm expecting when well, I don't shut up once I start talking. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because I'm going to rant about every one of these entities because, you know, to make the case on where they should fall on the tier list. I might need about 2 hours for this. If I do that, streaming right after I feed the cats at night, when they come around when it gets dark. 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Okay, we'll see. All right, we'll see. And I think this would be awesome to do with a live stream. Now, you can stream from this site. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it through OBS, but I use now if I do stream, I don't know if I'm going to be going out to YouTube and Facebook. I can only go out to 2 platforms at a time with Restream. However, I have some cryptocurrency at DLive that's just sitting there, and I can't cash it out because I'm just a little bit short of the amount you need for a minimum payout. And it's not so. To be honest, it's about $50. So there's a chance that I might be streaming out to DLive, and I think when I stream to DLive, I got to turn down the stream settings a little bit so it does not buffer. Yeah, I got to turn it down to like 720. But we don't need high-end graphics for this lecture here. I don't need a full HD stream for this tier list. So yeah, I could turn the stream settings down a little bit if I do that. And yeah, a lot of people do these tier lists. I think they're pretty cool. And we could do tier lists for a lot of things. Reptilian theories. That would be a good one. All Zachariah Stitchin's shit's going down in D level. All my shit's going up to S tier. David Icke, I don't know, he's in the middle somewhere. Anyway, you want to see this clip? It is just absolute.
Say so very slippery in the way that you deal with, because you know perfectly well that saying that my work encourages white supremacism is.
And you know the sad part about this?
It's just utter bullshit. These people are, they like a. All right, I'm not playing the full retard clip again. Wow. I'm surprised he just didn't say Atlantis was founded by Donald Trump. Whatever. It probably was. Mar-a-Lago is where Atlantis used to be. Oh, there. We got to put Trump on the tier list. Were the Atlanteans orange? That's a good one. Well, that's a really good one. Were the Atlanteans orange? Yeah. How do we know the 10 islands of Atlantis actually weren't? 10, it could have been a 10-hole golf course. Yeah. Yeah, we'll throw it up. We'll put the theory up on the tier list. Don't worry. Leave me comments, too, if you know of any species or entities that may have been around in the times of Atlantis. And, yeah, we'll put them on the tier list. So, anyway, I'm a white boy and my neck is red. I put Miracle Whip on my Wonder Bread. Glorious white people. Yeah, they're getting out of hand with this shit. I think a lot of these liberals are obviously kids that never had any discipline from mommy and daddy growing up. I used to get my ass beat all the time, so, you know. The pendulum is coming back. But these liberals better keep Atlantis out of your filthy, dirty, Babylonian, puppet, mind-controlled mouths. The Atlanteans weren't even humans, or as we know, Homo sapien, if you want to be technical. Anyway, any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless, and take care.